was. She forgot to hit the go live button. So, hello everybody! Once again, welcome to Psychics Paranormal. I'm your host, Logo McScrotal Bits. I am here with MaryLynn and Phil. We are joined by Cajun Country Paracon. Now, we've already gone through this, unfortunately. You may not know this, but we do.
That was the first.
We are going to relive the last 10 minutes of our lives, which is a
word for word,
right? Deja vu, right? MaryLynn, would you be so kind as to introduce our guests, and then Phil, please reiterate their incredible background.
Absolutely.
So again, we have Louisiana Spirits Paranormal Investigations with us. We have the state director is Marci Lee, and Simi is one of the case managers. Melinda may be joining us later, and then we have Michelle and Mark, who are leads, who might be joining us as well. Phil, over to you.
Louisiana Spirits Paranormal Investigations was founded in 2005 with 5 chapters throughout Louisiana. They are a group of compassionate, professional, analytical, and data-driven individuals who investigate and research the paranormal.
Nice. And of course, we do Spirits for the Spirits.
Woo!
Despite the fact that we've already done this, we obviously have not done this properly on air. So, once again, there you go. Where's Patty McPatrick?
Hey, Pat. Here. Shot.
Tell him it's milk. He'll come running. He loves milk.
He loves milk.
Loved it.
What? I'm trying to play a game.
I forgot to hit go live, so we have to do it again.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Betsy.
Hey,
What's going on?
look.
All right.
Purchase your own Sidekicks Paranormal shot glass at our website.
That's right. Spirits for the Spirits.
Cheers.
Hey, Heather.
Hi there, everyone.
Ooh,
Hey, Betsy.
Tell me when you need
it's like the
first
5th one.
Yeah, still cold. I'm getting Heather, hello. Okay. So again, Mary, how are you? We were talking to Marci and Simi. Simi, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. We had attended the Cajun Country Paracon, and it was legitimately awesome. The location was fantastic. The amount of people that showed was incredible.
Yeah, we were super excited about that.
I mean, yeah. I was like, wow, this is like
It was a
the
great
real deal. There was a lot of really cool people there. We got to see Jeremy. I can't remember his last name.
Leonard
from 28 Days Later. Or later, 28 Days Haunted. TV's Payne Shipman. We got to see, he was there, the Searcher. We got to see Dave Schrader. It was just him. He didn't bring his 20 kids, but that's okay. We got to see Aaron Sagers and Sarah Lemos. Lemos. No.
Sarah
Lemos. That's it.
And it wasn't Justin there?
We had Lemos amazing time.
We did.
Yes.
It was, and Heather said the same thing. It was legit amazing.
Yes.
So I'd asked Marci if some of those, celebrities, I guess, in the field, had you ever met them before?
No, I've never met them except for Shane and Josh. Shane and Josh are totally awesome guys. Met them through Marlena for our tech manager who had passed away a few years ago. We had a memorial for him, and they came out, and they were just awesome. So I've known them for a few years, and never met Dave, never met Sarah, but they're both awesome, and I'm currently in Sarah's class, which is great. So it was great. I think it turned out great, and I enjoyed everybody.
It was fantastic. And I apologize, Aaron Sanders was not there. That's right.
Wasn't there. That was I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
No.
And Sarah has a class, which is great because I've been considering learning how to read. I think 41 is probably the right age to start. We'll see how it goes.
So I've got a stack of children's books that I can send to you because my grandkids are not reading them anymore.
It better have pictures. That's all I'm saying.
They are picture books.
Okay, good.
And Mike, I am a teacher, so I can definitely help you with that.
Huzzah! That's right. Yeah, you teach kids. That's awesome.
Yes.
We definitely appreciate the work you do.
Thank you.
Now let's head into the paranormal side of everything.
All right.
Louisiana has a very rich, I mean, incredibly rich cultural history, and I think it's difficult for like the normal person to truly comprehend because you just immediately think, oh, it's America. But you may not realize that Louisiana was not originally America. It's been a lot of different things. French, I believe the Spanish even had some influence there. Mexico had some influence there. So and then the Native Americans, right? So there's a huge amount of just cultural fluxation. And that probably comes through your investigations, do you think?
Absolutely. Simi, you want to take that one?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've been a paranormal investigator with Louisiana Spirits for off and on close to 10 years, and I have encountered Creole French. I have heard French. I've heard German come through. Oh yeah. So I mean, Louisiana is a gumbo pot of everything.
I love that you said gumbo pot.
It is. It's a gumbo pot.
It's true.
And I think here's the other thing too. I think when people think of Louisiana, I think New Orleans immediately comes to mind. But New Orleans. But there's so much more to Louisiana. Do you have a favorite spot?
Well, I mean, I was born in New Orleans, so I do love New Orleans. But and you're right. Most people think, when it comes to the paranormal spirits, New Orleans is top of the list. But let me tell you, we have a lot of activity all around the Acadiana area.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. See, that's cool.
Yeah.
See, what about you?
I have to say, since I came back to the group, Opelousas has never once failed us. Never.
Definitely.
I mean, Lafayette has this great culture, and it's got its great line of spirits, but nothing beats Opelousas.
There's Sarah. Hey, Sarah.
Hey, there's Sarah. What up, Trevor? What up, Kendra? Connecting souls. What's going on? Mary, Judy, Sarah, Betsy, of course. So with that, we got to do some filming for our upcoming show, which we'll have a little trailer for you guys. We didn't have one prior, but we have one now. We shot in Baton Rouge.
Yes.
And I can't reveal the location because it's sensitive, but wow.
Never been investigated.
It's never, we've never been investigated, and it was just an incredible feeling and place. And we got to investigate those few places in when we did the Cajun Country Paracon.
Right.
It's really interesting because the feel, like I don't know if you've ever been to like Deadwood or Virginia City, but there's like some similarities like that in Louisiana because it just has this weird old timey feel, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's got like this wild nature to it.
Yes.
I'll tell you this, I've lived all over the country. My husband was in the Army, so we traveled a lot. And I have never, ever, and I'm not being biased because Louisiana's home, never experienced anything like Louisiana.
I believe it. Hey, Stephen. So, if you were going to branch out, okay? If somebody said to you, "Hey, it's time to get out of Louisiana. I want you to go investigate blank." What is blank?
For me, we lived in Kansas a while, and I'm telling you, Kansas has the wildest, like, cowboy style lifestyle that is still lived to this day, the same way. I mean, like, I'm serious. Cowboy up all the way.
Oh,
I'd go back. I'd go back.
okay. Do that. Maybe look for Toto.
Yeah, absolutely. Watch him flying in the sky.
Yeah.
So what about you?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just, I'm like Simi. I've lived all over. I've lived in California and Texas, and I don't know. There's no place like home, and I just feel like there's just still a lot that we haven't even uncovered here. But I guess if somebody was going to pay for me to go somewhere, anywhere in the
There you
world,
go.
all right, right.
Yeah.
I think I would like to go to some of the oldest places. I guess. I mean, England, Italy,
Yes.
Scotland, Ireland. Any of those would be
Those are
great.
my
I think.
two. Yep.
I would love to see some of those locations. Heather
Oh,
says
yeah.
Texas. What up, Holly? Judy's Texas, come to Missouri, which is actually where Phil is from. Phil, you were actually a police officer in Missouri. Did you ever have anything that was like a supernatural experience while you were there?
I did. When I was in Park Hills, Missouri.
Wow, that's great. Okay, so on to Marci. No, go ahead.
I did respond to a call where the AC was being turned on in the winter, and there was walking upstairs. I came, responded, absolutely nothing there. They're like, "Well, what do we do? Because as soon as you leave, the AC is going to kick back on, and there's going to be somebody walking." I was like, "It's not for me. I don't know. I just carry a gun. I don't know."
Just carry a gun.
That was, to me, that was something that was out of the ordinary. If they would have just said the AC kicked on, I would have been like, "Yeah, we'll go get your AC fixed." But like the walking and hearing footsteps and stuff like that, to me, that was out of my zone.
Did you have to walk the house to see if there was like an intruder?
Absolutely.
Wow.
And you didn't find like anything? Like a fat raccoon full of pizza, nothing like that?
No, we did have some interesting calls in Missouri. We did have some, feral possums get loose and in people's houses, but nothing like that. No.
Okay. Well, so because Missouri, that's what, just right above Louisiana, is that right?
That's a few states north.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there is some very interesting stuff in Missouri. The west side of Missouri's got some sanitariums.
Oh wow!
Very interesting. The east
side
sanitariums
in Louisiana.
We had a lot of tuberculosis hospitals. That's what we had a lot. I think they closed. The last one that I know of closed down and was turned into a leprosy hospital for a while in the 40s and 50s. Yeah.
Wow.
Not a lot of sanitariums though. Like,
leprosy is so rare to hear of a leper. I think they shipped a lot of the leper patients to Hawaii, didn't they?
I don't know.
There's an island that's still active to this day with leper patients. So you're actually not allowed to go on to the island.
Oh wow, I've never heard of that.
Yes, yeah, look it up. I wish I could remember the name. It's near Kauai. I want to say it's called like Malachi or something like that, Molokai or something like that. Somebody's gonna have to Google it now. Phil's gonna have to Google it.
Google
it.
I
swear there's a place in Hawaii where they've got a bunch of leper patients. I swear, or used to.
So before I forgot to hit go live. We had talked about you having 5 different chapters in Louisiana and people joining your group. So can we do that again?
Yeah, so we have 5 chapters to cover the whole state of Louisiana to help out with any private or public clients. We have a northern chapter that's headed by Bess. We have a central chapter that we are rebuilding, and Simi's going to take over that chapter. We have our west chapter that our case manager is Aaron. We have the Acadiana chapter with Simi and Melinda as our case managers, and then our east chapter is Stephen and David, and they head that chapter for us.
So what are your requirements to join your team?
Go ahead, Simi.
We look for a lot of. I know it's very, very strange in the paranormal world, but we do not take any evidence and say, "Yep, that's for sure it." We want to debunk every single thing, and we need like-minded people who hear something and say, "Okay, let's figure out what that is first. Let's not say that's a ghost slamming a door. Hold on, let's not jump to conclusions." So we're looking for very professional people that are just as curious as we are, but want to get to the truth.
Yeah.
So
And we still have fun. We definitely still have fun, but there's serious time and then there's fun time,
Absolutely.
So if we have somebody who wants to join your team, how do they get a hold of you?
They can email me at mlee@laspirits.com, and then Simi has an email also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so do you get a lot of just like, I guess, just regular average Joes that will hit you up and be like, hey, I think there's something in my house, or I feel like I think my cousin's possessed.
Yeah.
I just saw him drink a fifth of tequila and he hasn't started vomiting. I don't know what's wrong with him.
We have the possessed cousins a lot. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, we do. We have, like you said, we have average, everyday people that usually the first statement out of their mouth is, I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but.
Yeah.
So, and then we handle, we talk to them, we interview them, we go out for a prelim. Then we, lots of times we're able just in the prelim to really, calm them down and make them understand that a lot of it's just environmental. If not, we do go out and we perform, our investigation, and then we go from there with them.
Has anybody ever been so hysterical that you've had to slap them?
No.
I wanted to, but never.
Okay.
No, we don't slap anybody. Sorry.
So have you ever had anybody that you go out and talk to and it ends up being that they should be on medication instead of it being paranormal?
Well, we have a questionnaire, and that is one of our questions that we do ask.
Are you nuts?
No, we don't ask that question, Mike. No.
Okay.
No, we do. We have
much
a
nicer when you ask them if they're crazy.
We do ask a lot of questions, and then we still go out and do the prelim and just try to put their minds at ease about a lot of the activity that they might have going on in their house.
And we've always, we have like prelims like that. We always have a lot of family that tend to be with the homeowners. So it's not like we're going into this by ourselves with this person. It's always family saying, hey, I don't think it's what you think it is, or I think there's something more. So it's never, ever automatically, hey, we can't help you.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Well, and that's what I like that you guys do have the questionnaire and that you're asking those questions, because a lot of groups go out there, they just run into every house without even asking, and just they get things started,
right.
And it's not good.
No, not at all. So we like to do the questionnaire. We like to go in and do our readings and get everything that we need before we, go in and investigate.
What does that actually look like? Do you guys do like a baseline kind of thing after you do the questionnaire, and then?
Well, we usually do the questionnaire by phone. So we'll call them and interview them by phone. And then we'll set up a date that's good for a few of our investigators to go out. And if in some cases, instead of just, forgoing the prelim, we just go out and investigate. So And then we get all of our evidence together, and we tell the clients it can take anywhere from 7 to 10 days because we all do have full-time jobs. And then we do debunk a lot. So we shoot a lot of text to each other and a lot of video and audio and try to figure out, okay, was it this? Was it that? And then we'll go either call them or go back and let them know what we got.
Do you ask like, hey, did you recently see a horror movie? Because sometimes, like you watch The Ring and then all of a sudden you're like, hey, I think there's something in my house.
No, I don't think that's on the questionnaire, Mike. I don't think so.
No?
I want to think about it.
Do you
we
ever
might need to add that, right?
You should.
Yeah.
And here's
definitely.
another dead giveaway. You can always ask, was the ghost wearing pants? Because
Okay.
if it wasn't a ghost, right? We all know what Casper looks like.
No, we always get I watch you guys do stuff like this on TV, just like that on TV.
On TV.
Always.
I used to get that a lot in the police department too. Everybody knew how it was going to be working out and handled for them. So.
Oh yeah, at work they do that to me now. They're like, "Oh, I see you guys do stuff like that on TV." I'm like, "No."
Yeah, that's TV.
That's
Right.
TV.
And we were informed that it is called Molokai is the leper island.
Yep.
That's where they have the active leper colony.
Oh, really? Wow.
And Michelle Coley from Gypsy Witch Paranormal, she jumped in and said hello.
Michelle.
We love Gypsy
Hi, Michelle.
Witch. Holly Jones had talked about a location in Arkansas, in Eureka, and Connie has actually been there. Let's see, it was called Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs. Have any of you heard of that?
I have. My son actually got married in Eureka Springs, so I was there for the wedding, and we did a tour of the Crescent Hotel.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nice.
I've actually heard of the Crescent Hotel. I do believe, I think I even saw maybe a documentary or something on TV about it. Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So what's the most, can you talk about, maybe one of your more recent cases and kind of, what that looked like and were you able to, find closure or resolution in that case?
Hi, Jim.
Well, we stay pretty busy. Our most recent case we did was actually an abandoned hospital in Eunice, Louisiana. We went in and, that's that typical, you walk in and you think, oh, there's 9 million spirits here, right? Because it's that creepy. And so you walk in, you think that, you go through everything and you get pretty much zero. I think it's just very peaceful. Once a beautiful hospital, and now it's just unfortunately abandoned and in disarray. But so you get that kind of case, and then we had one right before that in New Iberia, just right down from Shadows on the Tesh plantation, and a nice house, 1930 built house. We go in and we had a lot of stuff go on. So a great Estes session that we did that kind of blew everybody's mind. Now, of course, my favorite is the St. Landry Parish Courthouse, which I think we all pretty much agree. That's pretty much our favorite one. Yeah.
That's our favorite.
Go ahead, Simi. Tell him why.
Wow.
So is this the one that you sent the video of?
Yeah, the one in the up in the hanging room.
Is it the one where they're sitting around the table or the other one?
Okay, the one where we're sitting around the table was that Estes that we did in New Iberia, and nobody in the group knew I was going to do this because I didn't want it to get out. I came in, we're all in the parlor area, and I told everybody to stop asking questions, and I started to ask for the number 4 or the color purple, and I kept saying it over and over, whispering, say 4. Say purple.
I'll play the
Say
video.
4.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, that's okay. And then in the video, you're going to hear Michelle was under, and the Estes couldn't hear me. She had no idea what I was doing, and no one did because I surprised everybody.
No one has any idea what I'm doing either.
And then she answers the question, which was kind of cool. So I don't know if you want me to tell you the answer or if y'all want to play the video.
Really quick.
Okay.
Yeah, let's watch it.
Stop it with 4. Marci. There you go. Thanks.
Let me play it again.
Stop it with 4.
Oh,
Marci.
Stop it with 4.
Marci.
There you go.
Thanks. Thank you.
Do I need to fill in the parts?
Yes,
Please.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically we're all sitting in the parlor and I keep whispering, say 4, say purple, say 4, say purple. And then Michelle's under and she's sitting in the bathroom part of the parlor and she says, enough with 4.
Wow.
Which was really cool because one, it sounded like the spirit was aggravated that I kept saying the number 4, but it was really awesome because it literally, that's what I had been asking for, the number 4.
Yeah, just
So when you say
That's cool.
been under, you're referring to the Estes method, correct?
Yes. Yeah. So that was really a cool one. And then the other video I sent you was the St. Landry Parish Courthouse, which we do a lot of events there. We do a lot of classes there, which is how we raise our money to be able to put on the Paracon, which I'll tell y'all the exciting news later about where we're planning to have it. But the St. Landry Parish Courthouse, I have been there. I don't know if I can even count how many times I've personally been there, but every time we go, we have activity there every single time.
Yep.
Nice.
This is the hanging room right here.
Okay, let me play it.
That courthouse has history beyond words.
So is it the banging in the background?
Yeah, so I don't know if y'all can hear it.
I can't.
I sent it to you, and I know on the version that I have you can hear it, but there's a lot of like sounds like dragging, knocking in the hanging room, and we were actually on a break at that time downstairs on the first floor, drinking some water and just taking a break, and this is up on the 3rd floor that continues to go upstairs into the hanging room. So it's way up there. And we didn't hear it. When Mark went back through our cameras, he sent that to us and it sounded like they were whoever was rearranging the furniture there in the hanging room. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, because I
That's crazy.
So Simi, do you want to finish what you're talking about?
Yeah, so my most recent visit to the courthouse, I laugh now. It was not funny at the time. We were actually in the elevator room, which is almost on the roof, and Michelle was under SDs, and I looked at my teammates and said, I feel like I'm being touched inappropriately. And as I said that, Michelle said, "Oh, it's so tender." Yeah. Yeah. I came running downstairs. I was like, I can't do this. I can't do it.
That's crazy.
So and like he said other things, and I say he because that's the feeling I got is that it was a male, and he said some nasty things about me, and I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that
Buy
leads me
dinner
to the
first,
question
right?
of, have you had a location that you've just totally been freaked out on and that you wanted to leave?
Yeah, I have. It was a private residence. It was one of my very first cases. We were all sitting. It was like an open living room, 4 walls, and we were all sitting on against a wall, and we all heard a growl in our left ear. And I don't think I've ever ran that fast, ever. And the owner later confessed to, before we got there, she was playing on a Ouija board. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Dang.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was little things. It was like the spirit box was telling her she was pregnant, and she looked at me and was like, I am pregnant.
Oh,
And I
wow.
was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I never want to go back to that house ever again.
You're like, I'm done.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was not going to have that house.
do y'all do any clearings or do you just investigate? What do you do?
So after we investigate, we get back with the client. We let them know what we found. and then we leave it up to them, and we let them know that we can help them find, whatever their religious beliefs are, a priest or reverend or whoever, or if they, are okay using a medium or whoever, to come in and cleanse it if they need a cleansing or a blessing. But, I do try to reassure people. I know you'd asked the question, is there any place you've ever been super afraid of? And so far I've done this over 20 years, and I can say no. And I try to tell people the way I look at this is, I don't believe that there's demons hanging out in every single corner.
Right.
I do believe that there are people who probably weren't very nice in this life, and so their non-living energy is probably super negative, and they're not probably very nice. But in the end, I like to look at all of this as these are just people.
Yep.
Right? They're just in their non-living form. They may be agitated for whatever reason. They may be negative for whatever reason. And I just try to look at it as going in and visiting with them, letting them know that we know that they're there, because I can't imagine if they have any awareness of this, of being somewhere for as long as they have and no one's acknowledging them. That would be a horrible feeling, right? So I can say that I've never come across any place that scared me so bad that I wouldn't go back.
Well, we always like to say you're more likely to find semen than you are a demon, right? So, yeah.
Let's just say Mike would like to say that. And Phil.
I mean, he's not wrong though.
It's the truth, right?
I mean, yeah, there may be some accuracy there. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't want to find out, but yeah, I'll take your word on it.
Well, I mean, you saying you've been doing it 20 years. We've had a lot of conversations about demons in particular, and and the big thing is they really are
right,
so
Connie?
personal. They're so personal that it's not something that is just so obvious.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of times if somebody really is having an issue with something like demonic possession, I mean, they may not ever even know, right?
Right.
Because that's kind of its goal, is to kind of slowly warp and corrupt you over time, because it's got nothing but time, right?
Right.
So I think that is definitely one of those things where I would like, throughout my paranormal journey, I would like to see something that would be reminiscent of possession or a demon, but I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah, and I still kind of go back to I personally don't feel like there's demons everywhere, and I try to explain to people, because of course that's usually the first thing they jump to when they have something in their house that's pushed them or scratched them or whatever. And I try to let them know, I let them know that, look, people in the living form that were super negative, not nice people, can come across in that form, in the non-living form, but they can also just be people that have tried to get your attention for so long that none of that has worked. So now we're forced to the pushing or the nudging or the scratching just to get your attention,
Yeah.
They've been there
aggressive in real life. Why wouldn't they be in unlife?
Right. Right.
But yeah, that's where a lot of people do automatically go to the demon side of it, and it's not. In most cases, it is not a demon. And that's where I like to go in as well. And even though I'm a psychic medium, I still debunk things. It's like I look for reasons for something to be there, because not everything is paranormal.
Right.
That's true. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's what I try to teach all of our new team members when we have new team members join, that 90% of everything that we come across can be explained away as environmental or emotional, whereas 10% of it is possibly the paranormal.
Right.
Well, Steven said he's been scratched. Have you guys ever experienced a scratch on any of your investigations?
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Go ahead,
yeah,
Cindy.
Paracon night actually. I was with Michelle. We were investigating one of the buildings in Iberia, and she looked at me and she started gagging, and I was like, okay, this is not Michelle. So I grabbed her and I pulled her out into the hallway, and I looked down at her arm, and she had scratches down her arm. And I
Wow.
said, "You're done. Like you're done. You're done for the
Yeah.
night. Like we're done here." You know, I my biggest concern is always my teammates, always. But for Michelle to just not feel like herself and not act like herself, I was concerned.
Yeah, that's just pretty wild.
Yeah,
Holly,
yeah.
that's pretty crazy, Holly.
So when you go into your investigations, do you do any kind of protection or anything like that?
Well, I usually have a lot of crystals that I do carry with me, but honestly, since I've been in Sarah's class, I've learned how to ground now. Learned how to set my intentions and all of those things. So, and then ground down afterwards. So I really think that her class is teaching me a lot that I can use um, while investigating. And I can continue those lessons and build on them as not only an investigator but also with the mediumship.
It's like they say, stay strapped or get clapped, right?
You heard.
And
Cindy,
for
do you?
me, I have my faith, and I do believe in crystals 100%. But for me, I always have my own little prayer that I say on the way to location, and on the way back, I pray for all my teammates to be safe and for everybody to be okay once they get home. That But yeah, I do. I think we all kind of do have our own thing
Yep.
that makes us feel comfortable before and after.
Yep. And that's
Yeah,
the whole thing, is like going into it with the intention of being protected. And it is,
Yeah,
you're putting that out there, you're manifesting it. So if you don't go in with any intentions, then you
and
may
you feel
not.
stronger.
Yes.
well, and
Yeah,
two, I do say every time I get in my car, and it's funny because my grandson has started helping us with like our classes, and he does not like paranormal investigating, but he does it because he gets to come with his Mimi. But he's so funny because I'll get in the car and I'll say, "Well, if there's anyone here that doesn't belong here, you're not allowed to come home with us." And he always says, "Amen." Like
it's
he
funny
said,
because you
"Don't
started
follow us
that.
home."
We all do that now. When we're leaving, before we leave the location, especially Jeremy. God bless Jeremy. But he's always like, "You can't come home. You have to stay here.
Yep.
Yeah,
You can't come home with me."
Yeah, we do that before we even
Yeah.
walk out the door. It's like, whatever is here, thank you for allowing us here, but you're not allowed to go with us.
right,
Yep.
100%. Thank you, Stephen.
Absolutely,
Yeah, he is a big help.
Can you
he is.
imagine in the future somebody's going to go to investigate like the ghost of Michael Jackson, and they're not going to be able to know if he's angry, if he's yelling, or if he's just giggling because he just goes hee hee. You know?
Wrong.
So
But I mean,
Mary was asking, does it always work as far as doing the intention? I have found that it works. Yes. I've
Yeah.
not had anything that followed me home. Any of my groups that have gone with me, they've not had anything that follows them home.
you
Now,
gotta
if
mean
they've
it.
done
You gotta
something
mean it.
outside of it, then I can't control that. But it's something that, yeah, it's worked for me.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never I've never felt anything has followed me home, and I have two cats, and although they are very lazy cats, I think they would let me know that there was something here, or maybe not. Who knows? But I don't feel like anything's ever followed me home.
No,
I
I
was
think
followed
there's
home
a
when I
good.
was younger.
What'd
Oh,
you
It,
really?
say?
it freaked me out. That was one of the true times I could say I felt horror because it's not something that you can readily explain. I didn't know why it decided to follow, and it wasn't just me. It followed three of us because we were all staying together at the time. It followed all three of us home, and it had a thing with water, so it would turn on sprinklers anytime we were near any type of lawn. Um, didn't matter the time of day, sprinklers would just come on. The second you got near the grass, they just came on. It slammed doors. It turned the TVs on and off. This is all in the period of 24 hours. And
What?
eventually we wound up going back to the location where we picked up our hitchhiker and essentially dropped it off. And then it left me alone, all of us alone after that. But it was pretty wild.
Wow.
Yeah. Scared the ever-loving bejesus out of me. We picked it up at like 2, 3 in the morning at a park in Las Vegas near the Silver Bowl. And we were just walking through the field, and all of a sudden, like, the sprinklers started coming on, and then we get out of that section, and then those sprinklers would go off, and the other sprinklers would come on. And then we finally realized something's not right. And at that point, my buddy claims he saw something that looked like it was on stilts. At which point, all of the sprinklers came on. So we hightailed it out of there.
Wow.
We went home. By the time we got home, it was 3 in the morning. The sprinklers came on immediately right outside of my friend's house. And then his door started slamming. TVs came on. We made it through the night. We had to work the next day. We all got back together. We went back to the park in the daytime, and we were really like timid about stepping on the grass. We didn't want to, but we kind of walked on the sidewalk along the grass until finally we were just like, "This is stupid, right? We're just being dumb at this point." I put one foot on the gosh dang grass, and the sprinklers went off. I lost a shoe. I ran so fast. Okay. But after that, it's like
why he doesn't wear Velcro anymore.
What's that?
He said that's why you don't wear Velcro anymore.
That's it. I don't trust Velcro no more. Sure. They let me down in a time of need. Okay. But after that, like it's like we dropped it off, and it never bothered me again. But it was a really wild 24 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Heather is asking if you've gone to locations several times. Have you had an intelligent spirit remember you?
I think so.
Police courthouse.
Yeah, I think we do.
Yeah. My name it's Simi. You don't hear it very often. It's rare. And every time we go into what would have been the cells upstairs, my name comes through.
Wow.
Yeah. And Marci's heard it firsthand, so.
Like a ghost box? Spirit box?
Yeah, a spirit box, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and if it would say something like Mike or Susan, which are fairly common names, you might think, that could just be, but Simi is not a name you hear often. So it's pretty impressive when we hear that.
Yeah.
So I used to do the lockdowns out at right outside of Las Vegas. So it was a Pioneer Saloon. So I used to do the lockdowns there. You've been there?
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So I did the lockdowns there. So I'd be there 2 or 3 nights a week. So I had spirits that would actually start recognizing me, and they would respond only to me whenever I was asking questions.
Wow.
And somebody else would come in and they would just dead silent. But as soon as I start interacting, they would start talking. So they
Which in a way is kind of an honor.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely. Well, we have reached the 45-minute mark, and I know that Marci needs to attend Sarah's class.
Yes.
So why don't we go ahead and play a little trailer of our show, and then we'll go ahead and start winding things down a little bit.
Well, I would like to, if it's all right, just mention our Paracon for next year.
Absolutely.
So as of this moment in time, it's going to be April the 12th, 2025, and we have a new location at Vermilionville, which is in Lafayette, which is a really perfect location. It's an actual village. It's a walking, living village that has several original Acadian-style homes in it from the 1700s to 1800s.
Oh, wow.
So we're pretty excited about that.
Get us the information and we'll help you advertise it. And
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Thank you.
We'll I'll wear my good thong.
Oh, please do. Please do.
Alligator thong.
No promises. I don't have a washer and dryer yet, but I'll do my
best. No.
Oh,
But you can leave it at home. It's okay. We won't be mad.
All right, go ahead and play that trailer.
Jeez.
Hey, I'm Mike, and death sucks. I've had a couple of deaths in my family recently, and I want to know, what comes after this? Is there life after death? So I'm teaming up with MaryLynn, a psychic / paranormal investigator. And together, we're going to check out some really awesome haunted locations. And maybe, just maybe, I'll find some of the answers that I'm looking for.
I noticed that Mike has a little bit of a hard time paying attention.
What'd you see? Hey, what are you doing?
Is he seriously eating right now? Watch your steps. Mike, you need to be careful. You need to know what's going on around you because you're going to hurt yourself.
I'm gonna have my hands full. He can't even walk without assistance. You okay?
I'm good. I'm good.
Every year, paranormal investigators go hungry. 1 out of every 1,000 paranormal investigators you know will die from malnutrition without your help. So please, donate today. Call the number listed below. Every penny matters. Every dime could save a life. More specifically, mine. So thank you. From the bottom of my stomach.
Ta-da!
So as you can see, the show is a little bit different than what you're used to.
It looks very interesting and entertaining for sure. I can't wait to watch it though.
Krista says, I promise I feed him.
I promise I feed him. So that is Pair with the Normal coming out soon. So take a look into that. We'll be talking about that more at some of the Paracons that we'll be going to.
Awesome.
And I think there's going to be, we have like a list of Paracons that are coming out. We've got one in June in Alabama, of all places. We have another 2 in July, Virginia City. And we also have another one in Gettysburg. So Gettysburg.
Wow.
So we'll be at that one. That's in July. August is Michigan, Paracon. September, nada right now.
We have one that we're looking at, but we haven't decided.
And then we've got, which would be Atlanta, which we're still trying to figure out. And then October, we go back to Virginia City.
The Washoe.
Yeah, back to the Washoe Club and some other really cool places. We just love Virginia City. It's not too far from us here in Vegas, and it's just
It's crazy. There's some kind of weird draw. Like everybody talks about this weird draw, this magnetic draw that brings them back to Virginia City, but that shit's real. Like you really want to go back to Virginia City, like today.
Yeah. It's like eating a cheeseburger hot dog from 7-Eleven. You know you shouldn't. But they're having a special.
I don't know if the consequences are so steep like they would be at 7-Eleven, but
That is dangerous, huh?
I think that could be. All right, with that, folks, we're going to go ahead and sign off. Please go ahead and tell them how they can find you via Facebook, social media.
Yeah, so on Facebook, it's Louisiana Spirits. We have a TikTok, which is Louisiana Spirits Paranormal. And then also our website is www.laspirits.com.
very cool.
Thank you, guys.
There you have it.
So hit them up.
Hit them up.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Take care, everybody.
All right. Bye.
Thank you.
Roll them credits.